Hello, I'm RubySud, and I'm making an underwater ocean shmup game. So, let's get into it. Originally, I wanted the player to be a land mammal, like a cat, so you had to, overcome your fear of the water, but cats have limbs, and I am bad at making limbs, so I opted to just make a submarine instead. I'm not entirely happy with how the submarine came out. It's a little too boxy for my liking, but I can get over it. Since my only other game was a platformer, I have no idea how to make a shmup game, so the movement started out bad. Eventually I got it to work, though it had ice physics, which I actually started to like, so it's not a bug, it's a feature. I made enemies, which are poor defenseless fish which can't attack you, but you can attack them. I should say now that throughout the video you will probably see more and more fish sprites. I won't be mentioning when I make new ones because that will just be half the video. When I first got them to work, I used individual spawners so they would all spawn at the same Y level. Eventually I removed it because it stopped working, and I just made it so then they can spawn at any side of the screen anywhere. The fish on the right didn't want to work the first time, so after fixing a line of code, they started working. And what ocean game isn't complete without pollution? So I added trash to the game. They work almost the same as fish, but when you get hit by them, instead of hurting you, they'll give you extra score because you're cleaning up the ocean. With this done, I added medium fish, which take 2 hits and are usually larger than small fish, but they do give more points when killed. I'm really happy with how the eels came out, but the turtle and dolphin just didn't want to work when I first animated and drew them. To actually make sure that these fish would give more points, I added a temporary score counter. Eventually I'll remove this when I make an end screen, but for now it will just be at the bottom left corner. While I was on UI, I added a health system, so then there was an actual game loop. It was actually starting to be really fun to play, and I started finding myself playing it without even changing anything. This could be because I made a good game, but it's probably because the last time I played a shmup game was 4 years ago when I was playing Galaxia. Since I don't usually play shmup games, I opted to make this one a shmup game, so then I had one to play, and I would enjoy it. I haven't actually told you what the game's name is, and that's because I haven't actually came up with one. At least, not a permanent one. I came up with the name Fish Frenzy, but the word frenzy just doesn't really fit what this game is about. But I do like it, so it may stay. It's what I'll be calling the game for now, but it may change, so don't get too attached to the name, and I hope that I won't either. I'm assuming I ran out of background footage for this stage of the game, so I'll move on. I got rid of that old empty background and made a new one, with sand and kelp. The sand didn't turn out all that well, but it's in the background and it's transparent, so you probably won't really notice it all that much. I changed the cursor so then it would fit the game better, and I tried to tint the fish purple, but it didn't really turn out all that well. And it made my art look worse than it is. So instead of making the fish purple, I added purple particles in the background. I could tell you what it's for right now, but I'll save it to the next video because I'll have more time to do so. Originally this was going to be the end of the video, but I watched a game development stream, so I wanted to make my game better. So I got rid of that good background. I didn't really get rid of it. I moved it down a bit. You see, after a certain amount of time, the game will move down in the ocean, and there will be more big fish, which will be harder to take down, and you'll probably die more. I didn't actually implement any gameplay stuff in this, but it's setting me up for next video. But that's all the content I have now, so I'm going to have to end the video. So, I hope to see you in the next video, and for now, have a good rest of your day.